Oh, no way.
The ceremony will begin in 5 minutes. The ceremony is about to begin. Please find your seats and take a moment to check or silence your cell phones and electronic devices. Please rise as you are able for the national anthem. As we turn to face our nation's flag and with your hand over your heart, please join us in the singing of the national anthem. You may be seated. Please welcome today's Commencement Master of Ceremonies, Colonel Michael E. Fossum, Vice President, Texas A&M University, Chief Operating Officer, Texas A&M University at Galveston, and Superintendent of the Texas A&M Maritime Academy.
Whoop. Howdy. Howdy. There we go, and good morning. It is a great day in Aggie land. I want to welcome you to the Texas A&M University at Galveston Commencement Ceremony, where we celebrate a momentous occasion and giant milestone with today's Aggies by the Sea Summer 2021 graduating class. Today's ceremony is one of 3 commencements for Texas A&M University this semester, where we acknowledge the accomplishment and commitment of 2,040 of our students at the doctoral, master's, and bachelor's levels here in Galveston and in College Station. While I'm grateful to be able to be with you here today to celebrate your accomplishments, I also recognize that the last 18 months especially were likely not the college experience you expected. The class of 21 has been through a global pandemic, hurricane evacuations, many of them twice, floods, and even an amazing deep freeze last winter. For today's ceremony, we've done everything within our power to keep as many of the traditional elements in place, but have adjusted a few in the interest of health and safety for you and your loved ones, as well as for our faculty and staff. You have each overcome tremendous odds in earning your degree in spite of multiple historical events. The experiences that you graduates have navigated have made you stronger and more resilient than you could have ever imagined. As these ceremonies conclude, you will join more than 500,000 Aggie graduates around the globe. You are continuing the tradition born in our mission as the public Tier 1 research, land, sea, and space grant institution for Texas. Today's celebration and ceremony is about you, the graduates, and I want to take a moment to applaud your dedication and Aggie grit that has brought you here today. It is also important not to forget those individuals who helped you along the way. Graduates, you've reached one of the most important milestones in your life. Look around you at the crowd assembled here today to honor, recognize, and celebrate your accomplishments. Many of these individuals have played a significant role in your journey. They have influenced where you sit today. Guests, I would ask you to stand as able and remain standing for a moment if you are a spouse or child of a graduate today. Stand up. We have any spouses or children? Come on. Yes, we do. Thank you. I knew we did. If you're a parent, grandparent, or a sibling, please stand up also. Oh, stay standing. Stay standing. Parents, come on, come on. There we go. If you're just a friend to see somebody celebrate, please stand up also. Okay, that should catch about everybody. Graduates, they are here for you. They are your family, your coworkers, your friends and peers who have been extraordinarily important in your development as a student and as a person. You have sought guidance from some, celebrated with others, and leaned on the support of those closest during tough times. Today is not the end of these important relationships and connections. No doubt you'll continue to lean on this foundation of support and continue to share the excitement of successes together as you move along life's journey. Graduates, would you please rise and applaud those who came here to celebrate with you today? Come on. Yeah. Okay, please be seated. I'm thankful for the exceptional faculty who have instructed, advised, counseled, and cajoled you during your years at our Texas A&M University at Galveston. Our faculty are amazing. Would all members of the faculty please rise and be recognized? Thank you. Our faculty are led by their faculty colleagues who serve in key administrative roles supporting teaching, research, and outreach activities. Now, my right hand, Dr. Antonietta Quigg, our tireless acting chief academic officer and senior associate vice president for research and graduate studies, will come forward to introduce our academic leadership.
Good morning. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. For Ocean Engineering, Dr. Jay Porter. For Foundational Sciences, Dr. Melanie Moser. For Liberal Studies, Dr. Joanne DiGiorgio Lutz. For Marine Engineering Technology, Dr. Alok Verma. For Marine and Coastal Environmental Studies, Dr. Keong Park. For Marine Biology, Dr. David Haller. For Maritime Business Administration, Dr. Lau Boudreau. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Quigg, and members of the faculty for the exceptional work you do. I also want to recognize graduates, members of the stage party, and guests in the audience who have served our country in one of the armed forces. The red, white, and blue cord worn by graduates and members of the stage party signify the veteran status of these individuals. Would all veterans, including those in our audience, please stand and be recognized? Thank you for answering the call to service. Next, I'm pleased to introduce a number of distinguished guests and university administrators with us today. Please withhold your applause until the introductions are complete. Please stand briefly as I call your name. Dr. James Hallmark, Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs from the Texas A&M University System, Office of the Chancellor. Our own Dr. Patrick Luschwarn, who is now the Interim Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs and Interdisciplinary Initiatives at Texas A&M University. Dr. Antonietta Quigg, Acting Chief Academic Officer and Senior Associate Vice President for Research and Graduate Studies, Texas A&M University at Galveston. Ms. Dara Hager, Class of '95, Chair-elect for the Texas A&M Association of Former Students. And Dr. Donna Lang, Associate Vice President for Academic Operations and announcer for today's ceremony. Dr. Carol Bunch Davis, Assistant Vice President for Academic Affairs. Ms. Amber Booth, Director of Student Enrollment Services and Commencement Committee Co-Chair. Please join me in recognizing these outstanding leaders. Texas A&M University at Galveston holds a unique position as a branch campus to Texas A&M University and as a member of the Texas A&M University system, the nation's most comprehensive system of higher education in America. We're honored to have Vice Chancellor James Hallmark with us today to bring greetings from the Texas A&M University system and Chancellor John Sharp. Dr. Hallmark, please come forward.
Colonel Fossum, faculty, colleagues, guests, and most importantly, graduates from Texas A&M University, Galveston. This is a special day as you prepare to walk across this stage, and while no one knows what the future holds, I can say for certain that you've been well prepared by this university to serve and lead. The Texas A&M University system and its members have been dedicated to improving the lives of Texans for over 140 years in research, teaching, and service. And I know that each graduate here today will carry on that proud legacy of that you'll be taking with you from this institution, all that you've learned from this university to serve others. Continue your commitment to learning for a lifetime and maintain your leadership and dedication to the greater good. And we are certainly proud of all of you. To each of you, we in the Texas A&M University system say congratulations, and we wish you good fortune, happiness, and success.
Thank you, Dr. Hallmark. I want to take a moment to recognize briefly 44 of our students who are graduating but are actually not sitting with us here today. They are cadets in the Texas A&M Maritime Academy who will soon be serving as ship's officers responsible for vessels, cargoes in the marine environment, and most importantly, the lives of others. Their jobs and careers are directly tied to national security. We depend on access to the world's oceans for access to the rest of the world. Some will be protecting our access in the United States Navy. Others may be called to service to support a national mobilization. They're not here with us because they are currently on the T.S. Kennedy and will not complete their final sea term until August 27th. I am proud to know them as crewmates. Please keep these students, as well as the entire complement of crew, faculty, and staff, in your thoughts as they finish a long and successful summer. Now it's time to recognize our 2021 graduates. At this time, please welcome again Dr. Antonietta Quigg to the podium for the presentation of degree candidates.
Thank you. Before I say the official statement, I want to just really say from the heart, congratulations, well done, guys. I know it's been an amazing journey, and I wish you well as you go forward in what starts today as the next amazing journey. You've overcome some amazing obstacles. You're going to be awesome, so go for it. Go do well. Do great things. Thank you. Okay, it's my privilege to ask the degree candidates to rise as able. Dr. LeShern, rise as able. Dr. LeShern, Colonel Fossum, honored guests, based upon the recommendation of the faculty of Texas A&M University at Galveston, I certify the candidates have fulfilled all the academic requirements necessary for receiving a diploma. I am honored to present them for their awarding of their respective degrees. Please seat.
Next up, welcome Dr. Patrick LeShorn, the Interim Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs and Interdisciplinary Initiatives, to the podium to confer the degrees.
Howdy. It is good to be home. Thank you, Dr. Quigg, Colonel Fossum. It is my honor to bring greetings on behalf of our president, Dr. Catherine Banks, and the entire Texas A&M University family. I'm especially proud to be back on my home campus among so many colleagues and friends. Graduates, today you join your fellow Aggies from campus and site that reach from Doha, Qatar, to College Station, and from educational sites all across Texas to here in Galveston, as you achieve your goal of graduating from Texas A&M University. As these degrees are conferred, we will reach the mark of 13,609 degrees granted across Texas A&M so far for 2021. This reflects the resilience, tireless effort, and commitment to excellence of each of you, of your professors, and of Texas A&M University at Galveston staff. As one university, you join your fellow classmates, wherever they may be, in reflecting the impact of our unique Aggie educational experience. I am so proud to see that you, our Aggies by the Sea, are continuing the legacy of our shared core values and embody the Aggie spirit for which we are known around the world. Now, with that said, and with you all still standing, upon the recommendation of the faculty of Texas A&M University at Galveston, and by the authority vested in Texas A&M University by the Board of Regents of the Texas A&M University System and the state of Texas, I hereby confer upon you the degree to which you are entitled with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Let me be among the first to congratulate you. This is it.
Thank you, Dr. LeShorn, and congratulations, graduates. You may be seated. We're going to get on with this. Graduates, once you receive your diploma tube, please come across, and when you're finished crossing the stage, return to your seat and remain seated until all graduates have received their diplomas. Now, Dr. Donna Lang will be our announcer.
Will the degree candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Oceanography please rise and come forward? Anne Elizabeth Tamalavage. Right. There. So good. Tatiana Williford.
You guys get a picture?
Tyler Winkler. Will the degree candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy in Marine Biology please rise and come forward? Beautiful, beautiful. Patricia Constance Faulkner. Lauren Eve Simonitis. Will the degree candidates for the Master of Science in Ocean Engineering please rise and come forward? Julia Gione Gonzalez. Morgan Eve Humphrey. Sophia Nicole Kirschner. Ricardo Torres Jr. Will the degree candidates for the Master of Marine Resources Management in Marine Resources Management please rise and come forward? Gregory William Grimm. Cade Austin Ingram. Cade is also receiving the Bachelor of Science in Coastal Environmental Science and Society, magna cum laude, Galveston Honors. Heather Lynn McLean. Heather is also receiving the Bachelor of Science in Coastal Environmental Science and Society, cum laude. Kylie Elizabeth Trahan. Will the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Marine Biology please rise and come forward? Elizabeth Ann Baylor. Caitlin Renee Cortegast. Will the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Marine Engineering Technology please rise and come forward? Adam Yasser Abdallah. James William Lightbody. Will the degree candidate for the Master of Maritime Business Administration and Logistics please rise and come forward? Tyler Lee Upton. Will the degree candidates for the Bachelor of Science in Maritime Business Administration please rise and come forward? You ready? Shobai Alexander Budzik. Logan Alexander Dvorchak. Bailey Shea Featherston. Caitlin Nicole Hall. Joel Ryan Huff. Lexi G. Moody. Hannah Marie O'Kelly. Matthew Lee Parnell. Spencer Patrick Sager. Kyle Daniel Shoemate, cum laude. Charles Andrew Vaniza. Hunter Travis Whitaker.
All right. How about a whoop for our graduates? Whoop! You bet. Oh, man, what a great day. Graduates, we've got some of them still doing photos over there. But with your graduation today, you've become a member of a remarkable alumni organization, the Association of Former Students of Texas A&M University. Bringing greetings from the association is Ms. Dara Hager, class of 95. She's the chair-elect of the Association of Former Students. Ms. Hager, please come forward.
Howdy. On behalf of the Association of Former Students and the Aggie Network, it is my privilege and personal pleasure to congratulate you on your graduation. As you join the ranks of our former students, you are continuing the 142-year tradition of service and support established and continued by generations of Aggies who walked our campuses before you. Created by our first former students in 1879 and nurtured by generation after generation of Aggies over the last century and a half, the Association of Former Students annually provides our university with tangible and financial support, which is unmatched and unrivaled by any university in the nation. So today, we welcome you to the members of the Association of Former Students and the premier alumni association. Will our newest former students please rise? The association you inherit today was founded and exists to promote the interest and welfare of Texas A&M University and to perpetuate the ties of camaraderie formed by your university days. It is my distinct privilege to officially induct you and welcome you into the Association of Former Students at Texas A&M University. Now, to signify this important transition, I ask each of you graduates to take a moment and look at your Aggie ring. Our ring reminds us of our core values: excellence, leadership, integrity, loyalty, respect, selfless service. And it also reminds you of the vast Aggie network, which we all proudly belong to. Since earning your class ring, your class year has faced you. Now, I ask each of you to remove your ring and turn it so that your class year now points outward as a proud former student at Texas A&M University. As an Aggie, you're never alone. You are joining on your path along with your amazing education, our core values, and our worldwide Aggie network. Throughout your journey, wear your Aggie ring with pride, and remember, you are forever a Texas Aggie. Future generations of Aggies will look to you for inspiration and leadership. Many of you are already supporting the future Aggies through your gifts to the Association of Former Students, and for that, I thank you. I encourage you to continue to support annually, participate in Aggie musters, join your local A&M club, find a constituent network. Just be the best Aggie that you can be. Please visit us at your new home at the Clayton W. Williams Jr. Alumni Center in College Station. You can always find us online at aggienetwork.com and learn more about how you can get involved with Texas A&M. Our oldest tradition is Aggies helping Aggies. And thank you for continuing this tradition by helping the Aggies who will follow in your footsteps just like other Aggies have helped you. Congratulations, Godspeed, and gig 'em. Please be seated.
Thank you, Dara. You may be seated, grads. Actually, get comfortable, because now it's my turn. I got a little story for you, Ags. I've been blessed to live out my childhood dream of flying in space on 3 missions, helping build the International Space Station as a spacewalker, and serving as the commander during my 6-month mission 10 years ago right now. It was pure exhilaration to be strapped into a 4.5 million pound space shuttle being hurled from the planet with 7.5 million pounds of thrust until we reached orbit at 17,500 miles an hour. I loved being able to watch 16 sunrises and 16 sunsets every day as we circled the planet in 90 minutes. And flying like a Marvel character through the space station, or hanging beneath the airlock, looking down at my feet with planet Earth going by at 5 miles a second, 250 feet below. It was an experience that pales in comparison to all others. And let me tell you, I love this job, but let me tell you, if they called me tomorrow and tell me they need an old guy to send to Mars, I am out of here. Not likely. It's been a long road, over 4 decades since I was in your seat graduating from Texas A&M University and commissioning into the Air Force. Watching Apollo 11 moon landing in July of 1969 from my home on the Mexican border in South Texas sparked a vague desire to fly in space. But that dream was buried by laughter from those with whom I shared it, and the hard realities of struggling through school because, honestly, I was a bit of a slacker who never stood out. I didn't really believe that dream could come true. I was always just scraping by. Now when I return to my hometown for events or high school class reunions, it's always a little awkward because they treat me like some kind of celebrity. It's still baffling. A few years ago, I was chatting with someone I hadn't seen since literally graduation. And rather abruptly, Clyde asked me that, "You were the guy who was always flying under the radar, and now you've done all these amazing things. What happened to you?" It kind of took me back. The question prompted me to reflect, in the days ahead on the critical events and special people that I encountered along my path before the answer finally became apparent. Many years ago, someone believed in me, and this gave me the courage to actually, for the first time, believe in myself. Now, as a student at A&M, I spent too much time sitting on the back row in class and being rowdy with friends at night. My time as a cadet was transformational and solidified my values. I internalized life-changing lessons about camaraderie, loyalty and teamwork, leadership, integrity, and selfless service, humility, dignity, and pride, duty and honor, love and respect, not as mere words, but a way of life. I'll never forget silver taps for dear friends who were lost too soon, or my first Aggie muster with somber voices answering here in the darkness, where I realized someday my name and yours will be called in that final roll call. Over time, I realized you're not an Aggie only during the short time you're a student. You're an Aggie for life. And even when your days are done, you're still an Aggie as long as your friends and loved ones are there to answer for you. After graduation from A&M and then graduate school in Ohio, I was looking for any possible Air Force job that would get me back to Texas. And I stumbled into a special duty assignment as an Air Force officer loaned over to NASA's Johnson Space Center in Houston. I applied for the job and repeatedly called the Air Force Personnel Center in San Antonio, but got no response for a month. And he wasn't answering emails either. There were none, okay. In desperation, the Personnel Center was in San Antonio. In desperation, I drove all the way down from Dayton, Ohio, and I walked into Captain O'Connor's office, introduced myself as the guy that had been calling him about that job at NASA. He was in shock that I had made the effort to see him in person. Within 2 minutes, he told me I had the job. He didn't need to know I was actually driving to South Texas to see my family for vacation. That's not important. I was soon thrilled to be working in mission control, supporting missions beginning with the third flight of the brand new space shuttle. How cool is that? Okay, better yet, my office was right down the hall from the astronaut office. My heroes, the people I used to dream of becoming. I soon learned that my heroes were really normal people with an outrageous job. Now, I loved working at NASA, and I could easily see myself working there forever after my Air Force commitment was completed. Then one day, an Air Force astronaut with an engineering background who was friendly to this lowly lieutenant pulled me aside in his office. As we chatted, he shocked me by saying, I could have his job someday. I remember his words hit me like an electric shock as that buried dream sprang to life. And he continued. He told me I needed to do two things. I needed to go to Air Force Test Pilot School, and I needed to quit clowning around and step up my game. About a year later, I found myself at Edwards Air Force Base in the Air Force Test Pilot School located in the California Mojave Desert. As a flight test engineering student, I was in way over my head. I had never been in a Cessna, much less a supersonic jet. Within weeks, I was strapping into T-38 and F-4 aircraft to put classroom theory to the test. Over the course of that year, I was fortunate to get flight time on over 20 other aircraft, including B-52s, helicopters, and gliders. Here's the key. I knew my job selection coming out of test pilot school was based on my class rank, and I was determined to fly fast and break things in fighter aircraft like the F-16 Fighting Falcon. So I lived my life in full afterburner, and I poured everything I had into learning these aircraft, conducting flight tests, analyzing data, and writing reports at the same time I was preparing for the next day's missions. The dedication paid off. Finishing as the #1 engineer in my class opened the door for me to immediately move into the primo job as the chief engineer in F-16 Special Projects at Edwards. This was my entrance into the classified world of flight test, where I served for the next 7 years in California and the remote deserts in Nevada. I continued my career with that same intensification of my work ethic. Fast forward, I was noticed by NASA and eventually selected as an astronaut. In hindsight, I realize this all became possible because astronaut Colonel Ellison Onizuka told me that he believed in me and knew I could do great things. His belief fueled in me a burning desire to not only succeed, but to strive for excellence in every possible way. Sadly, I was never able to thank my friend Elle. Less than 2 months after I graduated from test pilot school, Space Shuttle Challenger exploded during launch, killing Elle and the rest of his crew. It was a devastating and shocking blow. which further fueled my desire to prove him right. I continued to leap forward with everything I had to live up to Elle's high expectation of me, and honestly, I still do today. The power in Elle's gift is what drives me to encourage each of you here today to reach for your dream with confidence in yourself, harnessing your own internal strength in the pursuit of excellence. As we celebrate your milestone in graduation today, look back at those who have encouraged you and inspired you. Your success in the years ahead will depend greatly on your ability to push hard, work well with others, pick yourself up when you get knocked down, learn from mistakes, and prove yourself repeatedly in the arenas of life. Surround yourself with those who inspire you to reach your next step, and pay it forward by extending a hand to others along the journey. The word is crying out for leaders with integrity, who strive for excellence, who are loyal to those whom loyalty is due, who consistently demonstrate respect for others, and who live their lives in selfless service. As you leave this place and enter that outside world today, I have the full confidence that you will do so with the grit, determination, professionalism, and positive can-do attitude for which Aggies are known all over the planet and beyond. Aggies, I believe in you. Class of 2021, this is your launch day. As graduates of Texas A&M University, you are trained, fueled, and ready for the mission ahead. May God richly bless you on your journey. Gig 'em. All right. Now it really is time to wrap things up. As is often the case in Aggieland, traditions emerge and take on a life of their own. Today we will close with two of these traditions. I will first read the closing paragraph from Regents Professor Emeritus Dr. Stephen Curley's book, Aggies by the Sea, then conclude with the ringing of the ship's bell to signify the changing of the watch. From Aggies by the Sea. Texas A&M University at Galveston is of, for, and by the sea. It educates men and women about the science, engineering, business, and humanities involving the ocean. It measures time by the names of tropical storms and hurricanes. A thin bascule bridge links its campuses on two fragile barrier islands. It is connected to the larger world by a fleet of seagoing vessels that train merchant mariners, collect marine specimens, and extend its reputation globally. Like an ocean wave, it has had its share of falls and rises. Its energy has swelled into amazingly beautiful and complex forms. The wind of history playing on its surface has filled the air with a fine spray, the tang of salt, the spume of water, and the savor of life. These are beautiful words to remember this special place. And now, according to a time-honored tradition of the sea, the ship's bell is struck 8 times to indicate the changing of the watch. Cade Ingram from Conroe, Texas, completed his studies with the highest overall grade point average, graduating magna cum laude, earning the honor of striking the ship's bell. Come on up, Cade. Hang on just a second. He is a 3+2 graduate, having earned his Bachelor of Science degree in Coastal Environmental Science and Society and a Master of Marine Resources Management. He will strike the bell 8 times, representing changing of the watch at Texas A&M University as the summer 2021 graduating class embarks on the next stage of their lives. Whoop! Whoop! Thanks, Cade. Congratulations, graduates. Your work is done. We have the watch. Would everybody please rise as able for the playing of the Spirit of Aggieland? Following the Spirit, please remain for the recessional of the graduates and the stage party.